All right, so the next step is to launch Visual Studio. Current version that I'm using is 2022. You should have installed Visual Studio Community Edition, whatever the current version is, and you should have see on the start menu the icon for you to launch it. So I have already done that, and we're going to hit Create New Project. And in here, we're going to create. Look, you're going to search for Blazor WebAssembly. Right? You could actually just search for it here. Blazor. And then you gotta be careful though, so you don't want to hit Blazor server app, you want to do Blazor WebAssembly app. That's what you're going to want to create. What the difference is, the Blazor WebAssembly app runs directly on the browser. The Blazor server app runs directly on the web server. I don't want to get into that, it's a little confusing, but for the sake of this video, just make sure you select the WebAssembly app. Click Next. And we're going to call this Nuno Solutions Employees for now. You can name it whatever you want to name it. So for this, we're going to click Next. Make sure Visual Studio 2022, it should have installed the latest version of the .NET Framework. Everything here you're going to leave as default. Make sure that configure HTTPS is enabled. You never want to run a website without HTTPS, because if somebody's on your Wi-Fi network or LAN network, they can literally see all the data that's being sent over the air or over the wire using an application like Wireshark. So that's kind of dangerous if you're typing passwords or something like that. So we're gonna hit Create. And Visual Studio will kind of just do its thing, create a standard project for you. There we go. So now we have a Blazor WebAssembly web application. I'm just going to run it to make sure that it runs. You always want to do this. Make sure that when you create a new project that it actually builds properly and it runs. This should give you like an out-of-the-box web app that Microsoft scaffolded for you. There we go. Yeah, this is like the standard app, the standard app that they give you. But we're going to undo a lot of this. Alright, so it's running, it works, great. Alright, so the next step is you're gonna right click. So in the right side here of Visual Studio, if you've never seen this, you have a solution. A solution can have one or many projects. Right now we have one single project in here. But when we're creating an application like this, for a Blazor application that runs on the browser, you're gonna have to have a web API that you can connect to push the information from the browser over to a database.